Today, we hear a lot from various sources about anger, depression, anxiety, and sorrow, along with the negative impacts they have on us. However, we rarely come across content that guides us towards real understanding and genuine solution for these emotional struggles. Everyone is aware of the destructive effects of stress, but are they familiar with the effective ways to cope with it? In this field of video, we'll first delve into the complete understanding and then explore treatments for these issues. We firmly believe that by addressing matters such as depression, anxiety, stress, and more, we are taking a significant step towards achieving your goals, as these mental health factors are among the main hindrances to success in life. If not properly diagnosed and treated, they can lead to irreparable consequences. Therefore, since we know that many of the mental health problems we label, such as anxiety or depression, are actually a result of the chemical functioning of our brains, largely influenced by traumatic events we encounter in life, let us begin by understanding the occurrences happening within us. We often tend to separate physical health from mental health, treating them as completely distinct and having no influence on one another. This misconception worsens when we place everything we have learned about the brain under the category of physical health and place thoughts, behaviors, and especially emotions under the category of mental health. This is not accurate. We need to understand that the epicenter of all our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors resides in every cell of our bodies, and our brains interpret the surrounding world based on past experiences and current data in the dimension of time. So at present, we need to dissect the command center of the brain to have a complete understanding of the reality of what is happening to you. Please pay close attention, for without this understanding, the information in the future will not be as effective. Brain 101. What really happens inside you? Prefrontal cortea. This cortical area is responsible for our executive functions, problem solving, purposeful behaviors, and managing social behaviors in a rational and correct manner, which means thinking properly and thoroughly. An interesting point about this part is that it continues to develop until the second decade of our lives, and if everything progresses correctly, it enables us to perform better than yesterday and yield greater benefits if everything goes well. In simple terms, it is the boss behind the forehead and has close connections with all parts of the brain. Now, before the frontal cortex, there is the middle cortex, which is the processor and sorter of all our emotions. Both the frontal cortex's thinking and the middle cortex's emotions play a vital role in our survival and well-being, and their intertwining helps us make decisions. Amygdala. The amygdala and hippocampus are two crucial components in the middle section that are responsible for linking memories with emotions. The gist is that they store only certain specific memories, such as times, places, or people, rather than, for instance, where you've placed your keys. In essence, they remember the stories you've woven from the world around you, not say the location of your keys. Now, how does knowing this matter? The scattered memories that these components capture are stories intertwined with emotional reactions. Our emotional interpretation of events that have occurred in our lives is stored in this manner. When we encounter a specific emotional stimulus, in the future these components immediately retrieve the associated files and make decisions based on them. For example, if someone gives us a tulip at a festive event, we will have a very positive memory of that tulip. However, if the same person gives us the same tulip at a funeral ceremony when our emotions are deeply wounded, imagine how negative you might feel when you see that beautiful flower again. Fight, flight, and freeze. We've reached the brainstem. The brainstem, the foundation and base of the brain, is a bundle of powerful nerves that extend from the upper part of the brain down to the lowest part of the spinal cord, connecting our entire body, managing the functions of the heart muscles, heartbeat, respiration, and more. All happens within this center. When a response is needed, the brainstem is the first part to react. It remains alert and attentive to the surrounding environment. This is why when the brainstem is negatively triggered, like seeing someone you strongly dislike, a cascade of neural chemicals is released in your forehead, disrupting your rational thinking. When the brainstem senses danger, practical behavior emerges in the forehead area: fight, flight, and freeze. Fight means engaging before it's too late and putting up a fight. Flight means things aren't too good, so flee quickly. Freeze means don't move and avoid any action. You might survive in one piece. In utmost simplicity, these are the fundamental responses we resort to when faced with danger. Now imagine information reaching your forehead that is meant to trigger a file or a painful memory. If the forehead could talk, it might say, "Oh no, I remember this one. It hurts so bad. Pain is unpleasant." At the same time, the brainstem would tell your forehead, "Get out of here. Escape. We don't want the pain." This is where we'll decide to either flee as our first response or decide to fight and stay. However, the key is that the many things can mimic a danger signal for the brain, like a last-minute task or final exams, but your response to these situations shouldn't necessarily be the same as when a predator is chasing you. The respectful brainstem can guide you well in essential perilous situations like this, but astonishingly, it doesn't inherently differentiate between a predatory animal attack and a heavy city traffic. This learning process continues.